All right, I have in my office today the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Mudd.
Yes.
Who claims he's from Louisville, originally. But who has been in LA for...
since 1985.
Okay, so exactly.
But I was
from Kentucky
for 22 years.
Who is notable for a lot of reasons. Very, very successful guy. But who I met in Medyka, Poland.
Yeah.
Back in April.
Yes.
And was part of this foreign volunteer experience. And so I've been making all these videos and telling all you guys about all this stuff. But I thought it would be. I mean, Tim's way more credible than I am, and I thought he could tell you a little bit about it too. And just tell you that I'm not completely full of it, but it was an awesome experience.
I thought it was a terrific experience. And I went back a second time. I think you've been 2 or 3 times.
That's right. In fact, you just got back from...
I got back from Lviv.
Okay.
In another city. I can't remember the name.
And you plan on going back?
I'm going back probably in September, end of September. Yeah.
And so we'll overlap.
For sure.
And we plan to hook up whatever capacity.
Absolutely.
And so we've been here all day kind of talking about different stuff, and I think it's probably difficult for people to understand because I think people over here, I'm sure you get asked like, oh, you're going over there, what organization are you going with? Whatever. Yeah. Not how it works. Not how it works. You can do that, but people like us, you went just like me, you were a free agent over there.
100%, yeah.
And you think that's a good way to do it?
I think it's a great way. For me, it's a great way to do it. It kind of depends on your personality, I guess. But yeah, when I went over there, I had no idea what to expect. I went to Poland at first, and I did some work in Krakow, and just decided I wanted to go down to the border and go into Ukraine and see what it was all about. And I went down there just as you did, and I found the tent city, I guess you call it. And yeah, and so I stayed there for like the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I had no idea what to expect. And as you said, we went as individuals. There were a lot of people from all over the world that went there as individuals, and everybody's story was similar to ours. And yeah, it was like a great experience. But it was a great experience for us, for me. Right. But ultimately, you're helping people. I was helping people, and you know you're helping people because they tell you, and you see it, but they tell you. And so, which is the reason why I went back a second time. And it was, it was different, but it's the same thing. I mean, you're helping people. There's 6.5 million that left that were refugees, right. And now they're basically coming back, and now you've got internally displaced people that you're helping there, doing more sort of infrastructural work. But yeah, the need is there, and as Ben said, that the big humanitarian aid organizations aren't there for whatever reason. They're not there, but they're not, and so. And to be quite honest, it's not too different from Eastern Kentucky, which is happening with the floods right now. It's individuals that go there and they're helping. I mean, it's just brother helping brother. I mean, that's the reality.
It sounds it's super cool, right? Because you realize, I mean, you get there and you're like, all right, well, I'm not the only one who is a hopeless dreamer here and just believes in kind of helping people. And not everybody can, people
right.
got lives, but you got a life like yours or a life like mine, and you feel called to do it. You go over there, and I mean, you can make a hell of a difference. And once you make that difference, it's like, what the hell else am I doing? You can really help people, and it's a powerful thing.
Yeah, it was a great thing. And we met a lot of people, which was, the second time I went, I met some guys who worked for an organization, and I worked with them a little bit. But you realize, yeah, there are people like us, like all over the world, and yeah, I mean, it's needed. I mean, if it wasn't needed, I wouldn't be doing it. I could probably find something else to do. But it's worth my time without a doubt. And it's really hard to explain. That's why this video, I don't know what it sounds like, but it's hard to explain to someone that hasn't been there what you're doing. Because in some ways it's really difficult. But in some ways, the stuff that you do, the actions that you're doing, are really sort of basic, or really, I mean, it's not like you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do what we're doing. Yeah. So, but when you're there, the impact is huge.
Enormous.
Or from what I see,
it's enormous.
Yeah, so.
You're doing whatever needs to be done.
You're doing whatever needs to be done.
Exactly last time you were doing like kind of manual labor, building stuff.
Whatever, yeah.
When we were in Poland, I mean, hell, I was dressed up in a bunny at the front. Yeah. You'd be walking past me, being like, "Hey, I'm going with these guys across the border." I mean, I don't even know what you were doing when you went to some schools over there or something like that.
We did that. Yeah.
So you wake up and at any given moment, and shit changes so quick.
Yeah, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to make really any kind of plan at all. You don't say, I'll meet you in an hour someplace, because between now and then, we have no idea. So Yeah, so yeah, if you're like us, you know, fairly independent or very independent, and can go over there and help, yeah, it's a war, man. I mean, it just is what it is. And I've never been in a war situation ever, and now I have a sense of what it is.
See some tough stuff, right?
Yeah, you see a lot of tough stuff, but do we find that the people in Ukraine are very resilient, and I mean, almost to a fault, they're unbelievably, tough, strong, So, but you're doing what you can do to help, or we're doing what we can do to help, whether it be an old lady or a kid, a family, a woman, a man, whomever, a soldier. I can tell you. There's a couple of incidents I had with soldiers, and listen, those guys are. I mean, you got a soldier, a 6'4" soldier crying on your shoulder. I mean, so there's lots of. That's just one of 100 things that happened over there. But yeah, it's real, and you're helping people. And bottom line, that's the reason why I do it, is you're helping people.
So you've gone how many times now?
I've gone twice.
Okay, so you're going back for your third time.
Yes.
I'm going back for my fourth. Yeah. We'll overlap in Ukraine. We'll hook up, and if there's a project or something where
100%, yes, we will.
We'll definitely hook up. Yeah. Tim, he knows some guys over there. I know some guys over there, guys and girls. And if it happens to be at that time that the people you're with need help, me and my team will come over and do that, and vice versa. So it's really just helping anywhere, any place, anytime. However, you can help, because if not us, then nobody, and that's what's really scary about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the good thing is that because I know some organizations, or an organization that's over there now, they need help. They need help from individuals, right? Because even the organizations, which are the smaller ones, I mean, they have X number of guys, volunteers, I guess, and they need more. So whatever we can do to help them, I would encourage you to do, and I definitely will. So, but then we go out and we do our own thing, and some of the things you talked about doing, taking medical supply or whatever, food or whatever into the red zone or thereabouts, and then evacuating people. I mean, they're doing that, and that's a need too. I mean,
you can,
without a doubt. So
people say, all right, well, we can't, don't do that because it's risky. And I get that, and you met the people there. This is not cowboy stuff. Nobody's gambling, but there's people that know how to do it and can responsibly manage the risk. And human lives are worth risking for on some level. So, I mean, somebody's got to do it. But
well, it doesn't matter if you're in the red zone or you're in Lviv, or even if you're on the border in Medyka. I mean, it's a risk.
Yes.
Period.
That's true.
And it's just kind of like how risky. It's funny because even when I was in Lviv, I don't know. I would talk to people, guys that live there, and that's kind of how I learned that. Is like it's all a risk.
Right.
Like it's just how much of a risk.
Lviv a little bit different than the Nets, but still.
But but anything can happen at any time there, without a doubt. So
anyway, I've been yakking about this stuff for a long time. Just me. Tim came up today. It's great to see him. And here's another thing that is wonderful about the experience. You make some great friends.
Oh, without a doubt.
So anyway, thanks for
you bet.
that.
You bet.